Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools channel, and today we're going to talk about how to use a chainsaw. So stick around and I'll see you guys right after this. Okay guys, we're going to be talking about how to use a chainsaw featuring this guy right here. This is an M18 Fuel chainsaw or chainsaw kit by Milwaukee, okay? It's cordless. As you can see, here's the battery right here, and it comes with a battery charger. This is the rapid battery charger here, and it accommodates M12 and M18 batteries. So the battery is an 18 volt, 12 amp hour lithium ion battery, and it has a battery charge indicator button. And if you press that like that, you see the red light flashing there on the red portion of this line. So that means it's pretty much dead because it's flashing on this lowest light square there. So when you press that again, you can see, yeah, it's pretty much dead. So we need to charge that up on the charger here before we start cutting today. So the battery gives you 150 cuts per charge according to the claims, and they define a cut as a 6x6 inch piece of cedar wood. Now, not only is this chainsaw one of the more expensive ones out there on the market at around 450 bucks or in that range last time I checked, but it's also one of the heaviest ones as well at around 14 pounds. It has a variable speed trigger right here with the trigger lock, and that just means that you could control the speed of the motor to some degree. For example, so when my finger is slightly depressed on the trigger, the motor is not as engaged, but when I go full throttle, that's when you Now the unit itself is about 33 inches long, okay? But 16 inches of that is the bar, right? This is the bar itself, and that's where the chain goes, on the bar, right there. It has a metal bumper, and that's these spikes right here. So when you're using it and you go into whatever material that you're cutting, this hits that material. If you go deep into the material, this right here, these spikes, this metal bumper here hits it before this surface does. So that's the metal bumper spikes. And this is the bar and chain oil sight gauge right here. You can see the levels when you fill it up there. So you just unscrew this, you know, and you fill it up. Just like in a lawnmower, you just fill it up with some of this right here, okay? So you gotta have some of this, so when it runs out, you don't want it stalling or burning up. You put some of that in there, right? And just tighten that back up. I think there's some still in there. So if you can see the levels on there, I think if I turn it a certain way, there you go. You can see the levels there, right? So make sure you have some of that bar and chain oil handy so this thing doesn't burn up while you're using it. Okay, so I took the battery out. I put it on the charger so we can have some juice when we cut some wood later, some trees or whatever we cut later in the video. So this right here is the front handle, and this is the rear handle. And if you're wondering what this odd shaped figure or configuration is, this is the hand guard. Okay, so you got your hand here or your other hand there, and you're cutting depending on if you're left or right-handed. And this right here is the guard, the hand guard that will protect your hand from, I guess, flying debris or wood or whatever. So that's what that is. Okay, so if you're looking at these bolts right here, these are two studs that hold the bar, okay? So they call it bar retention. You know, these two studs are here for that. And this knob here that looks like it takes a flathead screwdriver. That's to, adjust the chain and also take the chain off and replace it if you need to. So we're going to do that real quick and see what's underneath this shield here, okay? Okay, so on the bottom of the unit, you have this right here, okay? This is a tool called a scrunch. It's a cross between a screwdriver and a wrench, and you have to pull this out, okay, in order for you to take this shield off right here. So we're going to use this part to unscrew the nuts. So once you got them loose, you just take them off. No, I don't have it sped up like some videos speed up this process. Just enjoy the process. Okay, so once you got those nuts off, you can just take the shield off like that, and you see the inner workings of the chainsaw right here. Okay, so once again, you have these studs here that hold the chainsaw bar onto the chainsaw, right? These two studs here, and then you have this screw or flathead screwdriver type female portion or screw head right here. Okay, so let's just say you want to replace the chain on the chainsaw. You want to take the bar off. Maybe you need to replace the bar itself, or you want to replace one of the teeth on the chain or sharpen it, or whatever you have to do. You want to turn this anti-clockwise, this screw head portion right here. You want to turn that anti-clockwise to loosen the chain on this sprocket right here, okay? So you can take it off, right? So you just take this flathead portion of your scrunch and you put it into this right here, and you just turn, anti-clockwise to loosen that up. Get my hand out of the way. Okay. And off it is. And off it came. So when you turn this anti-clockwise, it, loosened this connection between the bar and the sprocket right here, okay? So if we look at the sprocket from another perspective, we see that the chain and the links, lock onto these portions of the sprocket right here. And that's what turns the chain. Okay, so I charged the battery here. Let's press the indicator button, and you can see that it's not fully charged, but it's almost there. And I'm gonna put it in the unit just to show you how this turns. So, there we go. So that's what turns the chain, this sprocket right here. Now this right here is the chain guard, and you couldn't see it that well with the shield on, but that's what it is. This is the chain guard. Okay, so once you have the bar off of the unit, you can take the chain off, like that. And there you have it. There you have the chain by itself. You can replace it, do whatever you need to do. Here's a close-up of the teeth of the chain. If you guys can see that. All right. And here is another perspective or profile of the bar. Now the teeth fit into this narrow slot on the bar, and that's what holds the chain onto the bar, right? So let's put the chain back on the bar. Okay, see these inner teeth right here? these inner teeth are what slip into this slot on the bar right here, right? So let's just slip that over there like that. See how that fits in there like that, those teeth? Now, a good thing to do before you put the bar back on the chain, if you took it off, is to clean up all the junk that's caked up in here, okay, from previous use. So let's go ahead and take the cloth and wipe that off and clean it up a little bit so it can look more presentable to the camera at least. So there you go. It's always good, you know, protocol to clean up your devices when you're taking them apart. Clean everything while you're doing that. You know, if you're fixing something or, you know, repairing something or whatever, go ahead and clean it at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the bar and chain back on the unit. So see this slack here? We just slipped that over the sprocket. And by the way, we have these protrusions on the unit here. Okay, you see that? See that thing sticking up there? That lines up with these holes right here, okay? These holes right here, very important. So we get a good fit when we put it back on. So let's slip this portion over the sprocket first, okay? And then we take one of those holes and line it up with that protrusion I just showed you. See there? Fits perfectly onto there like that. And what we want to do now is we want to take our scrunch and we want to tighten everything up. Okay. Gets kind of slippery sometimes, but just bear with it and everything will line up and tighten up. Okay, so you just turn that till it can't turn anymore, but you don't want to force it, right? Just turn it all the way. Just turn it until it can't turn anymore, and you should be good. So there you go. It's on there, nice and tight. And everything's clean in there. So now we can put our shield back on. And once again, if this is, you know, dirty, has a bunch of dust or wood chips or whatever is in there from use, you want to clean that out too. So just go ahead and wipe it out, clean that out. And place it back on. Okay, and you want to take your nuts, put them back on there. Just tighten it down. You don't have to force it, just tighten it until they can't turn anymore. And there you go. Okay guys, let's go cut some wood. Okay guys, what do you think about chainsaws? Are they as scary as they are in the movies? Well, I don't think so. They're pretty simple to use, right? And they are as safe as you are. As long as you wear your safety equipment, your goggles, your gloves, and so forth, right? So, they got gas-powered chainsaws. They got, different kinds of chainsaws out there. This video just happened to be about an electric chainsaw. So do your research on that. Hey, if you like what you saw today and you learned something about chainsaws, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave something in the comments and share it if you like it. And I'll see you guys next time.